Yo, welcome back everybody to part two of part two.
Why did we have to create a part two?
I had to tend to an emergency real quick.
What was going on? Can you tell me?
I can't really talk about it. It was just know that I had to take care of something.
Cat's gonna take care of something fine. Okay, I thought he had to go to the bathroom, but whatever.
No,
What
I did
happened?
not have to go to the bathroom.
When's the last time you went to the bathroom?
About 2 hours ago.
When do you think you'll have to go to the bathroom next? How often do you go to the bathroom?
Every 3, 4 hours.
What happened in the interim between the time that you ended the last video and then started this video? Um you came back to stream and you said I'm back and I responded and I thought we were still on live and then something happened. What was that?
Uh, well, yeah.
Cat,
Something happened. What
cat,
was it?
Casket, are you kidding me right now? This just happened. What happened? You
I
you have to
can't
tell
fucking
me.
remember.
You have to remember. I know you can remember.
I
Think
honestly
back.
don't.
Casket. Think back. I
I got
know.
weed on the brain, man.
Try your hardest. This was a minute ago.
Something funny happened, and it should have been recorded, but that's all I remember.
Yeah, I Casket. What do you think about now? This conversation just imposes itself. What do you think about this fact that you can't remember a conversation that has happened a minute ago
I think I took a
because of
real
me?
good fucking hit.
What if I mentioned pain? I said something happened a minute ago. Pain.
Oh, I had a cramp. That's what it was.
You had a cramp, and then what happened?
I sung Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Right, you had a what? Where was the cramp?
I had a cramp in my stomach.
You had basically an abs cramp. And as you had the cramp, I said, "Oh, this is a typical thing." I've talked to Casket on many streams. In fact, it's getting more typical. Maybe that's something to look out for yourself, Casket, because
No, they're about
lately,
the same.
yeah, well, maybe just for me, I've heard two cramps very lately. But with this cramp, I said, Casket, while you're having the cramp, do Mary Had a Little Lamb. And he did it, and it sounded like, Mary, little Cassie, can you try to recreate what it sounded like?
I can't. Maybe I'll get another cramp and we can do it.
It was, but was it not? And as soon as you said it, I said, "This is perfect for the stream. People will love to hear this." I thought it was so amazing. Cassie gets cramps all the time, and I thought his rendition of "Mary Had a Little Lamb" was so entertaining. And then he said, "Oh, I'm not streaming. I cut off streaming because." I had to go for 4 minutes, and Casket, in this Casket ways, he couldn't edit 4 straight minutes of silence out of the video, so we had to make it 2 videos, and we missed out on what could have been an absolutely beautiful, perfect Casket moment. But Casket, all I have to say is, can you resume the video?
Yes, I can.
I remember two of them, but I'm pretty sure there were more. But yeah, I worked with good people. They were cool. And oh my god, the worst times is when we got backed up. We're out of fries or food trays or ice or what the fuck ever. It's like sometimes I have nightmares about it. It's like, oh god, we're at hot dogs. We eat 50 hot dogs now. It's like, oh god. So things would get hectic.
Okay,
And I did
Casket,
my best.
Yes.
can you can you talk about this day that you're saying here in this video? It gives you nightmares when you're out of fries, you're backed up, multiple
Okay,
people. What is this
we've
like?
got like 15 orders in a row. Only seven of them have trays because we are now out of trays. Okay, we're out of ice. We're nearly out of cups. We have no hot dogs,
Now
and
you're
there's no
both the
fries.
Iceman.
And
You're
not at the
both the
time. Not at this
Iceman
time. I was
and the
not the
Tray Man.
Iceman.
Oh, but okay, you're the Tray Man at least.
Yeah, but it's like
You give the tray.
I'm trying to like, get the food out to the customers, but I'm also like trying to wipe off trays or make hot dogs. Like I can't do all four jobs at once. And this other girl was
But
just standing there doing nothing.
people who don't have trays, what's it like for them? Like,
Well, their food hasn't been called yet.
no, but I mean, sorry, I should say you're doing your tray job, and there's another girl, I guess, doing this tray job, putting food on the tray.
Yes.
Why do 7 people not have food on their trays? Is it your fault?
No, it's because the cook can only cook so fast. Like he's got 15 orders. Like, he's like trying to. Like sometimes church would let out, and people would just a shit ton of people would just show up around 12, 1 o'clock, and we'd get so backed up.
On Sunday?
Oh yeah,
Was that your worst day?
oh yeah.
Okay, keep describing the worst day. The worst of the worst.
Like all these orders needed hot dogs. We didn't have any hot dogs, and I was like, I thought I was gonna have a panic attack because it's like I had no help.
What were these orders? Can you remember? Like, what do you think they were? If they all needed
They were
hot
for like
dogs, what would they be?
hamburgers and hot dogs and Philly cheesesteaks and wings and who knows what else.
What is the end of this story? What happened? How did you get out of this heat of the hot dog riots or, whatever, you had a tough time with too many hot dog orders, too many orders in a
Well,
row.
eventually the manager
How did
stepped
the,
in and
what?
started helping, I think.
So the manager was what was really necessary to get everything under control.
Yeah, they started working the window. They had me do trays, and they had somebody else go off and make the hot dogs.
Okay, we could probably talk about more of the worst day, but could you continue the video,
Yes.
King?
as best I could. But after a month of working there, I realized something about myself is that having a job just sucked all the fucking creativity out of me. Like, all of it. I didn't write anymore. Didn't do any of my drawing anymore. Not that I was any good, but it was something. And I lost all my creativity. And, like, I changed a little bit, you know? And I didn't like it. I thought it was fucking horrible. I'm working a 2-day-a-week job that I don't like, and I know people are gonna be out there. Oh, that's not very much. You're a pussy. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck you. I think I did pretty good for somebody who'd never worked a job before. All right.
Do you agree,
And
Casket?
Yeah, I guess so.
I worked that job for like 2.5, maybe 3 years. I can't quite remember. And eventually they let me go, and I don't blame them. And we're still on good terms. Me and the big top like this. And
Could you pause it, Casket?
just I
Yes.
I don't know if you talk more about the letting go process, but this is something that you talked about very little on the channel. what was that like being fired from the job? How did that happen? You've talked
I
about the
was half
first day.
devastated and half delighted.
Yeah, but I want a lot more of the story than that. I mean, what happens? What day of the week is it on?
I think it was
How do you
Sunday.
learn that you're fired? Sunday. I would assume it was Sunday. Um,
No, wait, no, I think it was
what?
Saturday.
How does it go? How does the firing process go?
It's the end of the day, and I guess people have been noticing that I've been slowing down, like, because at this point I'm living in the trailer by myself, so 5 days out of the week I'm literally just laying on the couch watching TV.
So they're saying Casket at 21 years old is he's too slow.
He's too fat. He looks like he's about to have a heart attack.
I think you may have even mentioned that in work. Maybe we'll hear that, but do they really think you were about to have a heart attack?
Dude, if you had seen what I look like, I would have said, hey, maybe we should call 911. Because you gotta
Why? What
remember,
did
I've
you
got
look like?
cardiac arrhythmia, and I was undiagnosed at that time, so I was unmedicated.
What did you look like at that time?
Uh, I don't know. I don't really have any pictures from when I was 21.
Yeah, but what do you look like? How would you describe yourself right during the midst of a shift? You're in the 4 hour mark of a 6 hour shift. What is Casket going to look like? Describe it in
He looks
words.
very tired and somehow still standing.
Why do you say that you were happy? You were semi devastated, semi happy, or whatever you said.
Yes.
Yeah, but why? What were you happy about?
It's like, oh, I don't have to come back here anymore.
What were you devastated about?
It's like, fuck, how am I gonna pay rent?
But you're with your mom at this. Oh no, you're not.
No, I'm in the
You're still
trailer.
in the trailer. So the entirety of the trailer, you were working at the big top.
Not the entirety. The last, like, 6 to 8 months, I wasn't working there.
So you're still working with your grandma when you're at the trailer. I mean, you're still working with your grandma when you're at the big top.
Yeah.
What are those? How long are you with your grandma when you're working at the big top, and what is that time like?
Fucking hell. It's like, it's bad enough I got a job on the weekends, but this bitch is expecting me to do yard work 5 days a week with no fucking pay or nothing.
What was 5 days a week yard work like?
Raking leaves, picking up limbs that are sometimes covered in fucking snakes. It's like shit that I should be being paid for.
How much do you think her house would be sold for today?
Oh, quarter mil at least.
Oh, at least. I bet more like half a mil. I mean, this is Florida. This is Florida.
It's a
We're
good
talking
piece
about
of
houses,
land. Damn, do I want it.
and you don't get it, do you? You'll never get it.
No, I never will.
Why?
I wish I had put that voodoo curse on it when I had the chance.
Why? Why will you never get that land?
Because my grandmother was a bitch and a liar.
Do you feel like what could Casket be like if you had a loving grandmother?
Oh, I have no idea what that's fucking like. I was always jealous of Krusty and his grandma.
Did you ever? I remember you talked about meeting your father's mother, so that the grandmother on that side, was she a loving grandmother?
Maybe to me, but she fucking wasn't too good to anybody else.
Really? Your father's mother?
Yeah.
Your father didn't like his mother?
Well, I don't know about that, but I just know from what I've heard.
The brothers?
Nah.
You know what? We need to talk about this in private because I can't even believe this. This is exactly up my alley. I can't believe you know a thing about her. But okay, fine. Um, you don't like living with your grandmother. Nobody has anything nice to say about her. She doesn't give you the house after she dies because she's a bitch. Why don't you restart the stream? KING.
Really don't want another fucking job. It's like I know I should have a job and I need one, and yeah, that's the normal thing to do. But I mean, how do I put? When I was a kid, there was nothing I really wanted to be. You know, most kids are like, oh, I want to be a cop or firefighter, what the
Do
fuck
you
ever.
agree with
The
this
things I wanted to
section,
be were not.
Casket?
I still agree with it. Yes, as a child, maybe at most I wanted to build robots.
Okay, good. You can continue. I just was wondering if you still agree with the fact that you don't want to be anything.
No.
Well,
Not
then you
viable
may
for me. Like
continue.
at one point, I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. Well, I'm not good talking to people. All right, especially live in front of an audience. Like I'm doing now. And at one point, I wanted to build robots. Well, I'm too fucking stupid to do that. And
What
there
does
was anything else I wanted to be.
what does it feel like today? Do you feel like talking, like for instance, right now, are you talking in front of an audience? Are you talking to me?
I don't know.
Well, what are you really?
I'm talking to
Because see, I
you.
think if you're being I think if you're being a good YouTuber, you're talking to me. If you're being a bad YouTuber, although I think the best YouTubers are bad YouTubers, you're talking to the audience. But I think you do talk to me, and we're talking here. We don't really have this idea that somebody. When's the last time that you think, in terms of years, that the last person will listen to a Casket King video? I mean, is it the year 2100? Is it before? Is it later?
I don't know. Yes, it depends on how long YouTube lasts.
Do you think your longevity is based on YouTube? If you, even if you had the fan base that as soon as YouTube's gone, you're gone.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I guess then I must say you can continue King.
Nah, not really. That's pretty much all I wanted to be. If there was something else, I can't fucking remember it. But yeah, I just also I have a problem with authority figures because I've been fucked by a lot of them.
Do you agree?
Yes.
It's like I didn't have a problem with my boss, but I had a problem with the idea of a boss. My boss, she was cool. Yeah, sometimes I wonder what she's up to. And
Can
so yeah, I'll
you
continue.
then describe your boss? Because obviously you say she's cool. I wonder what she's up to. Who was your boss? What was she like?
She was cool. You know, I don't know how else to describe her.
Did she ever get mad at you?
Maybe once or twice.
Why? What were you doing?
Well, there was that time that bitch tried to get me fired.
So this chicken wing woman was your boss. So okay, in this case, I guess your boss took you to the back with this
Yes.
other person. Was it the twin?
No, this is another guy who had just started working there.
It wasn't the guy who was living with you.
No.
What was he like?
He was cool. You know, we hung out, watched a lot of like Chappelle show.
In the trailer?
Yeah.
What was watching Chappelle's show in the trailer with this guy like?
Good times.
Happy?
Yeah, I'd say so.
What do you think he's up to today?
Oh, there's no telling. There really is no telling.
Would you be surprised if he were dead?
I would be surprised.
Who do you think is the most successful person that you worked at, that you worked with at the Big Top Flea Market? Today, I mean. Who do you think went on to be the most successful?
I don't know. One girl I worked with had a baby and had a family.
Is that the most successful though? Nobody has a good job.
I don't know what they're doing now. I haven't heard from any of them in years.
Would you recognize the twins if you saw them?
Probably not.
How old are they, you think, today? 30?
They were older than I was when I started, so they're older than me.
Wow, they're like 35.
Maybe. Maybe older.
What do you think their story is? I mean, do they have a harder story, do you think, coming to the Big Top? I feel like nobody working in the Big Top Flea Market restaurant has a great story. What do you think? Is anyone working there that has a great life story?
There was Sonia, the pizza lady. She was kind of interesting.
Why? What was interesting?
I don't know. She was just older.
Okay, well, let's see. I forget what this diversion was off onto. People who worked with you, I guess. But why don't you continue the old work stream king?
But yeah, I don't want a fucking job. It's the most soul crushing, boring, mandatory, stupid thing I've ever had to do. I thought school was boring, but fucking hell.
Okay, you have to stop. I think there, King. Do you not?
Okay.
How do you rate school with work?
Oh, work is way worse.
Work is way worse. Do you think you would go back to your school, King, and say, work is way worse? Don't quit school. Work is way worse.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best of all possible alternative worlds for School King? If you could go back as like a ghost and say to him, this is the future, you need to make better decisions. Will eighth grade Casket ever become a bodybuilder?
I doubt it.
What's his best case scenario?
I really don't know.
Do you gotta take your puppy out?
He's being a little boy.
You might. It's gonna make it a 3 video stream.
I really don't want to do that. There's only 3 minutes left of the video.
Try to finish, but he sounds like that dog is barking, King.
It's like you put the food on the tray, or you type on the computer, or do what the fuck, whatever your job is. Like when people come up to me and say, "Oh, I fucking love my job. I do this and what the fuck ever," I'm thinking in my head, that is fucking bullshit. How could anyone like their fucking job? Like I can't think of a single job where I'd be happy. Okay, maybe if I worked in a bookstore and no one ever came in, maybe I could do that. But other than that, I can't really think of
Do you
anything. Like
still
I
agree that
have no.
that's the only job you could do?
Yeah.
Okay, you can continue.
passion for anything. Like I literally have no passion. I'm the most meh person you can ever meet. It's like, oh, there's war going on. Meh. It's like I don't fucking care about anything, really. Like, how can I do something and not give a fuck about it, right? Like I don't want to fucking work. I'd rather kill myself than work at McDonald's.
Okay,
And it's fucking.
you got to stop there.
Okay.
Do you agree with the statement that you'd rather kill yourself than work at
I
McDonald's?
don't know. Maybe half.
Half?
Yeah, it's like half and half.
What does that mean? If I say Casket tomorrow, you got to work at McDonald's. What are you gonna do?
Fucking show up,
I
I
think you're gonna
guess.
go work at McDonald's. I think you're gonna go work at McDonald's.
I wouldn't last the day.
You think one day at McDonald's it would kill you?
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be able to do it.
What do you say to Casket of the past saying, "I never want to work again"?
I pretty much still agree.
Why do you
Still,
say pretty much?
I'd still like to open that bookstore.
But you say that's your only job. Can't you work another job? Can't you work at Walmart? Could you
No,
work a
fuck
Walmart
that.
job? Why? Why F that?
You're just there stocking shelves. You're there for your drone deployment, for your drone work. And it's like, how many cans of corn can you stock before you just say, I never want to look at this product ever again?
Yeah, but isn't all work at this level drone work? Isn't your work at the big top flea market drone work? And you did it and you had fun. You met people, did you not? You met Freddie.
That is true, but it's
You
like,
you met
fuck.
the manager.
Who are you gonna meet at
You had
Walmart?
outside
Fucking
experiences.
people of Walmart is
You
all
meet
you're
the
gonna
other
run
Wal.
into.
You meet the other workers, playa. But okay, can you resume the video, King?
Horrible, man. Having a job is fucking horrible. Like, I don't know how people do it. I really don't know how people fucking do it. It just blows my fucking mind. I don't know how people do it. I know it's not
Can
for
you
me.
uh,
I can't.
can you describe at all how people work a job? What do you think today?
I have no
What would
fucking
you say to
clue,
someone who's
man.
working 40 hours?
I can understand why Japanese businessmen fucking kill themselves.
Is work? If I said Casket, you can live with your dad. Casket, you can live with your grandma. Or Casket, you can work 40 hours a week at Walmart. Which door are you walking through?
Guess I'll go live with my old man.
Over Walmart?
Yep. Because at least at this point, I think I can take my old man.
Casket, you gotta go let your dog out. Oh my gosh. Crying.
He'll be
I
fine.
hear him going, meh, 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 meh. Why is he going, meh, 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 meh?
Because he's a drama queen.
Oh my god. Fine, finish the video quick. We need to save this dog.
Cannot stand the idea. I don't like being like I used to be cool around people. More people than I am now. But after I lost my job, I did not leave the house for like 6 months to a year,
Hold on, little
and it
man.
fucked me up bad.
Casket, you
I
gotta
am
take the
very
dog out.
antisocial. I don't like
The
being
dog
around
can wait one
people.
minute while I finish
I
the
am
video, and
uncomfortable
I
in
will
groups
take him
bigger
out.
than five.
Oh my god. This is how it was
Like if
supposed
I'm
to
like in a
end.
crowded store
We need to
somewhere, I'm
take an
like, oh
hour to do a
fuck, there's
minute,
too many
and you
people
know
here,
that.
and I don't like it. I don't like talking to people. In real life, and it just makes me nervous.
Does that ring true? Keep the
It's-
video going.
Yes, it
Does
still rings
that
true.
ring
I
true
still
today?
don't like talking to people. It makes me nervous.
After that, I can't imagine having a job, having to fucking talk to people I don't want to talk to, talking to assholes, and fucking deal with these shitheads and shit. I just don't know if I could.
Alright, you know what? This last minute's gonna get spread until like 5. I'll be right back.
End the video. Oh
No,
my
I'm not ending the
god.
video. I'm gonna keep it recording this time.
Oh my god. That's fine. Oh my goodness. I guess Casket will not cut this, so I have to fill it. I cannot believe he just did that. Because he should have just ended the video. I was specifically not talking about anything. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on in that house.
Come on, little man.
Dog's name.
No,
If you're just tuning in, we are watching Casket's work video. Casket had to go away to take the dog out. This dog is called Little Bit, which is the same name as the dog of Amy Slayton, I believe. And Krusty really liked that fact. He was very happy to hear that Little Bit is the same name as Amy Slayton's dog, and that Casket has something in common with Amy Slayton because Casket hates Amy Slayton. We are listening to Casket work video. This initial video is going to be called Work Part 2. I think it's going to be now called Rework because we were supposed to watch this video and then talk about the future of Casket's work. Now it's just been truncated into both. Who knows what's going to happen? I hear new things about Casket every day that floor me, and I hope you feel the same. Obviously, lately we've had live streams where people don't necessarily have the best of faith. We're looking on Casket's channel particularly. We're not Joshua Block. Casket is not Daniel Larson. He won't, and by that I don't mean that I'm trying to dissuade those sorts of fans. What I mean is that Casket isn't that person, and he won't give you those joys, basically. And that's not me being a fire stopper. That's not me being a fire starter. It's just saying that he won't, unfortunately. I love Casket and I love those joys, but he's not. Casket's not that ridiculous. He's ridiculous in these videos, maybe, but if you get him on live stream, he's silent, and then he plays sort of his music. I can't think of a name of a title. I guess he plays Jack Black's band, but that's the problem with Casket. That's the reason why Casket King has not gotten very large, because he's not he's not accessible by every person. You have to have a reason to be interested in Casket King. Most people's reason is that they found him through a cringe compilation in about
I am back.
2015. And I talked because I knew you said you were going to keep it running and you
God.
wouldn't cut. So you don't even have to cut. What did you have to go do?
Oh, he pretended he wanted to go out.
Are you kidding?
I went to the back door, he looked at me like I was stupid, and walked away.
Why does he make all these noises?
Because he's a fucking asshole sometimes.
And what is his name?
Little man.
But you've also said Little Bit.
Oh yeah, that's his real name.
Little Bit, and I said that Little Bit was Amy Slayton, the name of Amy Slayton's dog. And I remember Krusty really liked that fact. What do you think, Casket?
I think it's fucking stupid.
Are you pissed off?
I mean, what the fuck am I gonna do? They don't own the name.
Yeah, but they had a dog called Little Bit before you, and you hate the Slayton sisters, do you not?
I do. I fucking hate them.
Why?
Because I fucking hate them. They make fat people look bad.
What's your, do you remember seeing the Slaytons before they had a show?
Yeah.
What are your memories of Slaytons before their show?
I don't know, I just remember seeing a video of this bitch whose forehead stuck out further than her nose.
Well, and who is that, as you call her, a bitch? Who is that?
I don't know, it was one of the fucking sisters. I couldn't tell you which one.
It's Tammy Slayton. You know it's Tammy.
I can't tell you
Casket.
which is which. I literally don't know.
Are they your least favorite fat people?
I don't know. Boogie, I fucking can't stand.
Who did more to hurt fat people than anyone else in your memory?
I don't know. You got these fucking fat idiots on these shows. They're like, ha ha ha, I'm fat, look at me, yeah! And it's like,
Oh,
my god, have some
so you say
fucking
that
dignity.
is it? Do you mean the healthy at every size people?
Yes, it's like, if you weigh 600 pounds, you're not fucking healthy. You're fucking delusional.
Would you debate a person who was 600 pounds healthy at every size?
Fuck no.
Why?
Because I just wouldn't.
Why wouldn't you though?
Do I need
Do
a
you think you
reason?
are you afraid to debate the 600-pound person? Do you think they would beat you?
No, because it's like, you weigh 600 pounds, you can't move, and your argument's invalid.
So why wouldn't you debate them?
Because it's fucking stupid. I've already won.
Okay, good answer. Why don't we finish up this dingus video?
Do it again. But anyway, this has been my experience with having a job and shit like that. If you have a job and like it, I seriously don't believe you. I don't care what you do or how much you say you like it. I will never believe you. But that's pretty much it. Check out my website. You'll find my YouTube, my Twitter, my Facebook, and a bunch of other shit. Look out for more videos coming. And that's gonna be it for today's video. Stay fucking awesome. I'll see you next vid. Bye.
Well, that was just your end of the video typical message. I'm kind of surprised that you said so little in working, because if you're a real dedicated Casket fan, you now know through my interviews, my discussions with Casket, a lot more than he says in this video. Why do you think, Casket, that people just love this video? They gravitated towards it. Why?
I don't know, maybe because I'm just stating my opinion and I'm being real.
And why? Why do they choose you of everyone who's saying their opinion? What do you think about your opinion about working that's unique?
Because I'm not afraid to say what everybody else is thinking.
You say in that video, um, if you have a job that you like, comment, right? Because you were so interested in hearing. Do you think anyone likes their job?
it's hard for me to believe. Like even if I had my dream job, I would probably still be like, man, I could be at home right now and not doing this.
What's the history, or rather, what do you think? Sorry, what a dumb question because I don't want the history, but what do you think the future, I should have rather said. What's the future of Casket and jobs?
I don't know. I'm a fucking cripple. I can't hold down a job.
Have you only worked one job and it was Big Top?
Yes.
Will you ever work another job?
Probably not.
What do you say? How do you review this one job?
I don't know. I give it a B.
Why? A B of all things, that's a high grade.
It was shit, but it wasn't all bad.
What was shit? What was bad?
Having to deal with fucking out of state people.
What's worse than out of state people? Name one thing.
I really can't think of it because they come down here. We call them fucking snowbirds, and they come down here and they fucking walk around like they own the damn place.
Who was the fattest snowbird you ever saw?
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Well, with that, I must say, I've been the historian, and it has been Casket. And for me, I'll say goodbye. For Casket, he'll say,
Goodbye, everybody.
and for both of us, we'll say we're signing off. Thanks so much for joining the video and watching it all the way through. And for myself and Casket, I say goodbye.
Goodbye.